up, y'all? This is Duane, aka Glamazon1026, and welcome to the kitchen. Because today I'm shooting a vlog. Y'all know I love vlog preparations, right? So it is the Sunday before Thanksgiving. I'm going to show you all the things I'm doing this week to prepare for Thanksgiving. I always start prepping for Thanksgiving the Sunday prior because I'm usually here with my husband on Thanksgiving by ourselves, and so I'm cooking everything. And I don't want to be bogged down day of. Like day of, I want to just be executing so we can eat at a decent time, right? I will show y'all my meal plan. I'll show you the prep that I have to do today, and then we'll get started, okay? All right, so here is my Thanksgiving prep. So this is the meal. We're gonna have turkey and gravy, mac and cheese, potatoes au gratin, yam, sweet potato souffle, that's Reggie's dessert, collard greens, cornbread, and sweet potato pie. That's my dessert. I mean, this sounds crazy, but I mean, we're the only two people here, and I'm not making that much, I don't think. And so I can do this. Like, this is not that big of a deal. Like, I know that there's like 3 different preparations of sweet potatoes on here, but me and Reggie both love sweet potatoes, so we don't care. We will eat it all, okay? Because he's gonna eat some of the pie, I'm gonna eat some of the souffle. It's gonna be all right, all right? So he really loves potatoes au gratin from Ruth's Chris, so I found a replica recipe, and also the sweet potato souffle from Ruth's Chris. So we're gonna do those 2 from the Ruth's Chris menu. I have my own mac and cheese, have my own yams recipe, collard greens, cornbread, and sweet potato pie. Those are all just coming off the top of the dome. So we'll see. So anyway, this is my prep list. I bought my turkey on Friday, and so it has been thawing in the fridge since then. So today we have to make the turkey stock and make pie crust. Monday we're going to do the dry brine for the turkey. Tuesday is a free day, so if I don't do any of these things, I'll be able to do them on Tuesday. It gives me an extra day to kind of like be lazy, I guess. Sometimes ADHD catches up with me and I don't do what I'm supposed to do, so Tuesday is my free day. Wednesday night, we're gonna make the pie. We're gonna chop all the veggies that we need to be chopped. We're gonna cook the smoked turkey for the collard greens, and then Thursday, this is the order in which I'm preparing everything. We're gonna roast the yams. While I'm roasting the yams, I'm gonna make mac and cheese. We're gonna start on the collard greens. We're gonna put the turkey in the oven at 3 p.m. and then once the turkey is almost finished, we're gonna make the cornbread. And that's it. And then hopefully we will have dinner by about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock on Thursday. And that is the plan, okay? So the fridge is a little bit in disarray, but here's my turkey. It's still hard right here. So hopefully by tomorrow, it'll be not frozen anymore. All right, so I have my turkey necks here. I also have some chopped celery. I got that chopped already because I'm not gonna buy a whole thing of celery just for 2 things. I got some carrots. I always use carrots. I got parsley. I have thyme in here in this poultry blend. And then I'm gonna get some peppercorns and some salt. So going to heat the oven, to 425, start. So I have the turkey necks on this jelly roll pan. I'm gonna salt them with some kosher salt. It doesn't matter how much is on it, I don't think, anyway. I just give it a good salting. And I'm gonna put a little bit of black pepper on it. This is gonna be weird because my black pepper is in a grinder. So those are gonna be in the oven for about an hour. In 30 minutes, I'm gonna flip them so that the other side can brown. And then you're gonna get this like brown, crackly stuff on the pan. And then we're gonna use that to make the stock. While that's in the oven, I'm going to start cutting up the mirepoix for the stock. So mirepoix consists of celery, onions, and tomato, and carrots. And that just helps soups have a good flavor. I'm cutting up the carrots, the onions, garlic. I'm gonna add a bay leaf, chop some parsley, and put some thyme. And then once that's all done, I'm going to leave it in the fridge until we are ready to make the stock. So these have been in the oven about 30 minutes. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna turn them over like this. and roast them for another 30 minutes on this side. All right, so it has been an hour that these have been in the oven. I have a stock pot here that I will be placing the turkey necks in. Now I'm going to take some water and I'm going to deglaze this pan. All right. So now we just grab this, hold onto it, and scrape all of this good juice, this good stuff up off this pan. Okay, so here is the pot on the stove. It is on low because we are going to let this simmer for about 5 hours. I'm going to throw in all the stuff that we prepped earlier. That's fine. You can do this. This is fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like in a cheesecloth or any of that stuff. This is going to be all right. We'll throw all that in there, mix it up, right? And then we're also going to put in some peppercorns. I'm throwing about 5 of those. This much peppercorns right in there. All right, and so now I'm just gonna get some water and I'm going to pour it in until it covers everything. Just gonna pour a little bit more water in here until everything is covered, right? Stir that up a little bit. This house gonna be smelling like Thanksgiving in no time, and it's gonna be sad because there's not gonna be Thanksgiving to eat. So throw that in there. Let that cook for about 5 hours. Okay, the longer it cooks, the better it is. The more flavorful it is. So let that thing cook. Put the pot cover on it, and then that's that. Okay, now we're gonna go and do the pie crusts.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Smells good and it looks good, and we are ready. I don't have a bowl. I usually have a bowl, but I can't, my bowl is dirty. I didn't wash it yet. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm going to strain this into this. So here is the stock. It's supposed to be see-through. It's not very see-through. That's okay, because it's flavorful. I will take the turkey necks and I will rinse them off and give them to the dogs. The dogs get their own Thanksgiving dinner because it's Thanksgiving, so they should. The camera cut out on me, but I take the leftover veg that was in the stock and I blend it in my Vitamix so that I can use this as a gravy starter on Thursday. And the gravy will be really easy. You can make it even before the turkey is done.
Day 2.
Okay, y'all, what's up? We are here, day 2 of Thanksgiving prep. Tonight we are spatchcocking and dry brining our turkey. That's gonna be interesting. Well, it's not gonna be interesting. I have spatchcocked a turkey before. I've done chickens, and they always come out janky. Like, janky as far as, like, I can never get the line straight. I'll be like, and it'd be hurting my fingers. But we're gonna see how this is gonna work today. All right, so let's go over my prep list. Saturday and Sunday is complete. Sunday, we did the turkey stock. We were supposed to make the pie crust, but I did not do that because I did not feel like it. So that has now been moved to Wednesday. Tuesday, instead of it being just a free day, I'm going to use that to clean up the dining area and like set the table and stuff. Or at least like get it ready to be set on Thursday. And so today we are here at dry brine turkey. We have to do that today because it is imperative for it to be dry brined this day, this night, and this night. And then this night we take off the cover on it and let the skin dry out so that we can get crispy turkey. I'm also going to make a compound butter. I'll probably do that on Wednesday. And that's going to be for the turkey when it's cooking, or before it cooks. I'm gonna put some butter on the outside, make it nice and extra crispy, okay? Because that fat content in that butter is gonna make the turkey be crispy. That's what we want, crispy turkey skin. That's some good skin. Okay, all right, so let us get started. All right, so I have this bowl here. We are going to be putting in our seasonings in here. I like to get the brine mix ready first before I do the turkey, because I don't want to have to touch anything after I touch turkey, because salmonella poisoning is real, y'all. All right, so we have this poultry blend right here that I just got from the local Publix, and it has rosemary, sage, and thyme in it. So I'm going to put this, I'm gonna find my Ninja. I wonder if it can go in the Vitamix. I'm gonna see if it can go in the Vitamix. If it can go in the Vitamix, I'm gonna try it in the Vitamix. So after that got chopped, I added some lemon zest, 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. You need 1 tablespoon per 5 pounds of bird. So I had a 9.75 turkey, and so I just added 2. I also added garlic powder, onion powder, chipotle pepper, and smoked paprika, as well as this garlic and herb from Weber. Mix that up, and then I set it to the side. And now I gotta break this turkey's back, so I'm gonna turn it around, grab my kitchen shears, and cut through. So the back was the only part that was still frozen. So I had to like kind of cut little bit by little bit, and then just like make a shallow cut and then go deeper and then break the backbone of that turkey. It was very disgusting, honestly. It really was. So I got one side there. Now I'm about to do the other side. This is the neatest spatchcock I have ever done. And so now we're going to put some pressure on that turkey cavity. I'm breaking the rib bones there so that you can break the breastbone. I'm gonna save that turkey back and turkey neck. I'm also going to put that in the stock for the dog's Thanksgiving. We try not to waste over here, okay? So now we're using a lot of paper towel to dry this turkey down, because like we said, it's a dry brine, right? So we're gonna take all that excess water, excess whatever out of it. And then we are going to get our rub and just start rubbing it all over that turkey skin. Just rub it in, okay? Put it on the outside, put it on the inside, put it in the cavity, put it underneath the skin, put it in the neck, put it like, yep, see what I'm doing? Just make a little pocket, put some seasoning in there, because we want this turkey to be seasoned, right? And the way that it's going to happen is if you put it underneath the skin, okay? Don't ask me the science behind it. If you want the science behind it, call Alton Brown. But this is our dry brine turkey. And it don't look really, really well seasoned right now, but it is. Now I'm gonna take some saran wrap and I'm gonna wrap this baby up, okay? There's not gonna be no air in it. It's gonna be all like sealed and like signed, sealed, delivered. And it's just gonna be wrapped up as tight as it can be. No juices leaking out or anything. And then we are going to put that directly in the fridge. And the last thing that we have to do tonight is clean down this kitchen, because there is probably turkey germs flying everywhere and nobody trying to get sick, okay? Nobody trying to get the Nella. I don't want the Nella. Food poisoning is not fun. So, about to bleach this whole place down, and then I'll see you tomorrow or the next day, depending on if I decide to do anything tomorrow.
Day 3.
24 hours till D-Day, y'all. We got this. So I gotta go to the supermarket. This is my list. I only have a couple of things to get. Just need to get some like just random things. I want to get some flowers for the table. I want to get some lemons, oranges, rosemary, mint, and then some ice cream. And so hopefully I'll be able to do that in less than an hour and get back here and maybe take a nap. I don't know. I don't really have to start doing anything now. Only thing I really want to do soon is take the cover off of the turkey so that the skin can crisp up really nice. So that's that. All right, I'll be back soon. All right, y'all, it's 5:13, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. After I went to the store, I came home and I did nothing because I was tired. Because I was working all morning. And so I just decided that I was just going to relax, eat lunch, let that digest a little, and start at 4:45. So let me show you what I got at the store. Well, just the flour. I really wanted some orange. I couldn't find any good orange, so I got these very, very deep red Gerber daisies, and then these yellow spider mums. I also have some greenery that's gonna go on the table, kind of like I did for our anniversary last year. But these are going to go in these stemmed wine glasses, vases. You'll see. I also roasted the potatoes. 3 of them are for the sweet potato pie. The other 3 are for the potato souffle. And then, last but not least, we have the turkey just out chilling. Everything down there is covered up, so hopefully we just have the turkey. I took the saran wrap off the turkey about 3 o'clock, around that time. Yes, because supposedly it's going in the oven at 3 o'clock tomorrow. That's the plan. All right, so let's look at my prep list. Let's see what we have to do on Wednesday. All right, so here we have Wednesday's prep list. We have to make the pie and also make the pie crust. Chop veggies, cook smoked turkey, make your compound butter. I also have roasted the yams. I was gonna do that tomorrow, but I didn't. I did that tonight. Okay, so first we're gonna cook the smoked turkey. I just have this little poquito, this bambino crock pot. I am going to put a crock pot bag in it because that just, I don't know, they make me happy. I'm gonna open up the smoked turkey wings and put that in there with one of the cartons of turkey stock that I made on Sunday. And I'm going to do a 1-to-1 ratio with that stock and some water after we put the turkey. Should have mixed it up before I put the turkey in there, but I didn't think about it. Also, you're gonna see some fat floating off at the top, and that is because I forgot to strain the fat off of that sheet pan when I was making the turkey stock. So that's fine. It's okay. It's whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna put all this in there. I'm gonna cover it up, and it's going to be on low overnight. So by the time we're ready to cook the greens tomorrow, this turkey is gonna be done, and we're going to save that smoked turkey broth to put in the dog's Thanksgiving food. All right, we are making the pie crust now. Easiest way for me to make it is with my Ninja because that cuts the butter and the shortening into the dough so well. I don't have to mess my hands up. So like I said, we are doing this pie crust in the Ninja. This is an America's Test Kitchen pie crust recipe and it is foolproof. It has never let me down. So I'm just putting in the flour, the salt, some sugar, the butter, and the shortening. I had to half this recipe because I was making 2 very little pies. What I love most about this recipe is that it's basically foolproof. Once you cut the butter and the shortening into the flour, all you have to do is add your liquid. And this recipe calls for 1 part vodka, 1 part cold water. And the vodka is just going to help that gluten not to form so that you are left with really, really flaky pie crust. Since the sensation of raw pie crust is too much for my neurodivergent brain, I usually just mix it all in a bowl with a spatula, and then when it gets nice and like moist enough, I put it on a piece of saran wrap and continue mixing it that way, and then just throw that in the freezer. All right, my loves, now we're gonna do the pie filling. This is not a recipe. This is something that I do by myself. And I just say, hey, I'm gonna make this and it tastes good every year, okay? I have a general idea of what happens, but not for real. All right, let's begin. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 of those small roasted potatoes and I'm going to just de-skin them and put them in a bowl and mash them up with a potato masher. I use small potatoes for this because you're less likely to get those threads, you know, those fibers in sweet potatoes? Yeah, so use smaller ones. Then I'm gonna put some butter, salt, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and powdered ginger, along with some vanilla essence and Then I'm just gonna mix that all up together. Put a little bit of condensed milk in it and a little bit of regular milk, and then use my immersion blender to blend everything nicely together so we get a nice smooth pie. You see the difference in texture? It's only about 5 minutes of blending, maybe even less. So the pie filling is done. The pie crust is still in the freezer. I want it to get a little bit colder before, don't want the butter to melt while I'm rolling it out. So I'm gonna leave that in there for a little while. Okay, so we're just gonna be ninjaing it up again. And we're going to get all of our herbs like thyme, we have rosemary, I have parsley, cilantro, garlic, lemon, and I'm gonna use some onion that I cut up. Real quick and simple herb butter for the turkey. So everything is going into a bowl. I'm gonna add some lemon zest and then add the softened room temperature butter. And then I'm just going to use my hand mixer to mix it all together. So this was a lot of butter, especially for my little turkey. But the great thing about this is that I can use it for any other meat that I decide to cook within the next month or so, especially because it freezes really well. So I'm trying to put it in some saran wrap, but this is the last little piece that I had in the house. I was rationing it, but I used a lot for the turkey. Anyway, so I put it all in there, kind of rolled it up. You kind of want to make it into like a little log. I realized I didn't have that much space, so I just put it in some parchment paper and I just rolled it like that and then twisted the ends, and that went right into the fridge. All right, y'all, so last thing that I have to do tonight that says that it's on that's on my prep list is to make the pie. So we're gonna do that real quick. All right, so this is probably one of my favorite parts because it means that I will not have to touch raw pie dough for very much longer. Anyway, I'm flouring some parchment, flouring the pie dough, and then flouring the rolling pin, and I'm going to roll it out and then do quarter turns every time the part that I'm rolling gets flat. I was trying to put this all in one pie plate, but then I realized it was small, so I cut it in half and rolled that out a little bit more. Then I put them in the pie plates. My pie crusts are very, very rustic. Remember, I don't like touching it, so the quicker I can get it out my hands, the better. Then I'm gonna just make little fork prints for the crust edges and then add the filling. After this, it's gonna go in the oven for about 35 minutes. I actually really don't know. I just look at it from time to time and I say, oh, that looks done, and then that's it. So that's there, and that's going in the oven, and then we are done. All right, y'all, that's it. We are done for the night. I'm gonna be washing up these dishes so that I come down to a clean kitchen tomorrow. And then we're gonna just be checking on the pies overnight. I mean, the next half hour or so. I tell ya, I don't have a recipe. I just have what's up here. That's it. I have no idea how long those cook, but I will just keep checking on them. I want them set, but jiggly a little bit. No, I don't want them jiggly at all. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's that. We're all done for the night. Outside of making sure that these things bake. I just wanted to show y'all the sweet potato pies. They're done. The crust is very flaky, and the filling is really good. They're very rustic. Very rustic. I like that. I want to eat one now, but I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll eat a little piece. But that's it. All right, that's it. Bye.
Dave.
It's Thanksgiving morning, and I'm making Thanksgiving morning breakfast because we shouldn't be hungry all day. Because then we're not going to be able to eat as much as we should in the nighttime. So, making something very little, very slight. We got potatoes, with sausage, eggs, and fresh toast. Super easy, super quick. I already have the potatoes diced. I'm about to put them in the pot to boil. And then I'm going to cut up the sausage and cut up some onion and garlic and put them in a skillet so that I can make like a hash.
I may have seen some red flags, but I let you hit my line. You probably prayed for that. Gave you a couple nights, you never take that. Didn't mean to gas you up, you switched up so fast.
All right, y'all, breakfast is served. Very simple, but will hold us until we eat dinner. And so let's look at our list. I have to do the yams, mac and cheese, collard greens. I'm gonna do them in that order. Yams, mac and cheese, collard greens. Then I'm gonna do the au gratin and souffle. Turkey goes in the oven at 3, and then cornbread after that. And then I just have to make the gravy. All right, so I have the yams here. I'm about to peel them and then cut them, put them in the pan, and put them directly in the oven because I roast them and cook them at the same time because it gets this nice crust on them that I really like. All right. Yams. I'm gonna start by peeling them. It's much easier to peel them after they've cooked, but like I said, I like to roast them in the oven and cook them instead of like cooking them twice. So I'm just going to peel them and chop them into big chunks. It's going to look like a lot of yams, but me and Reggie both like yams, so there's not gonna be an issue with us finishing this. Like, I always feel like I make not enough yams because we always run out. Not on the day of, but like during our leftover season. And then I'm just gonna make my little syrup with a little bit of orange juice, vanilla, brown sugar, white sugar, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, and some butter. Throw that thing in the oven, cover it up, cook it for 30 minutes at like 350, cover it in foil paper, and then take the cover off and let that sugar crystallize. Girl, them yams gonna be something else, okay? All right, so now we're gonna move on to the collard greens. I have a pot on the stove already with the water boiling for the macaroni and cheese, but we have to cook the collard greens, so it's up next. So put a little bit of olive oil in a pan. I'm going to add some onion and garlic. Say hi to Reggie's feet. And then we are going to just start adding the aromatics, the collards, the smoked turkey, and the seasoning, and then cook that down. So now we're going to make the cheese sauce for the mac and cheese. I'm mixing whipping cream with milk and some butter. I actually made a mistake. I forgot to make the roux, so I'm making the roux now, and then I'm going to add it back spoonful by spoonful into the cream so that it can thicken. Then I'm just going to add my cheese and seasonings. I had Parmesan, Gruyere, cheddar. I believe that's what it was. Yeah, something like that. And then I had like a tiny little piece of Gouda that was left over in my fridge from I don't know when. But it was still good, so I just threw that in there. You're going to make sure that once the milk is warm, you're taking it off the heat, like taking the heat off, because you do not want your cheese to feel gritty. Then just mix up your macaroni in it. Make sure you taste it so that you know it tastes good. Then stick that thing in the oven. Next, we're making the au gratin potatoes. This is the same pan. That pot was the MVP of Thanksgiving, okay? So in this, we have onions, garlic, heavy cream and milk. It was not supposed to boil up like that. I was doing something else and I forgot. I put the rest of the roux in there to make it a little bit thicker. Put onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then added a little bit of cheese. I had a little bit of Gruyere left and a little bit of the cheddar left. Then I added my potatoes that I shredded with a mandolin, or I cut with a mandolin, put it in a baking dish and put that in the oven. Bake that for about 30 minutes covered. Take off the foil paper, add some cheese, and then bake until golden brown. So y'all, Thanksgiving was a marathon. Right after I finished the gratin potatoes, we went and did the potato souffle. So I have the mashed roasted potatoes with some sugar. I'm gonna add some butter, a little bit of vanilla, some salt, and 2 eggs. Then I'm going to put that in a baking dish and bake it until the outside is set and the center is jiggly. Then I'm going to add a crumble on top and bake that a little bit more so it has this nice crust on the top of that. And that is what Reggie ate for his dessert. He didn't even eat it like with his meal. I'm so very on time. Everything is made except the turkey, cornbread, and the gravy. The turkey is 3 o'clock right now. And remember, I put on my thing, the turkey goes in the oven at 3 o'clock. So we about to take the turkey out the fridge and look and see what it looks like after our dry brine. Okay, hold on. All right, so there is our dry brine turkey. It looks pretty good. Skin is translucent. That means it's gonna bake up crispy. It's nice and flat. That means it's gonna cook evenly. And it only is gonna take an hour and a half because it's spatchcocked. I can't find my turkey lifters, so we about to use a spatula. I mean, not a spatula, a tongs. Now we are just going to open our compound butter, cut it up, place it on the turkey, and then it's just gonna bake. So that's that. And you just gotta let it just be on there. Let it just be on there. And then this goes into the oven. All right, y'all, so that's it. I will come back when everything is done because literally the only thing I have to do now is make the cornbread, make the gravy, finish setting up the table, and I'll just show you all of that when everything is finished. All right? All right, y'all, we are done. Everything is done. Reggie's already eaten. I forgot to take a video before we cut into everything, but here it goes. Look at them. And here is the table. Alright, y'all, I know that this is after Thanksgiving when this is gonna go up, but I hope you guys like this. This took a lot of work. I'm tired. I'm about to sit down. See you in the next video.
Baby, you should know you're never safe.